Erika Fuentes. I've been working as a teacher for more than 25 years. This is my first year here at Brilliant Beast.
Before coming to Chaparral, we were speaking a little bit before this, and you talked about how you were in the state of Texas.
Correct.
I would like for you to just talk about the transition of working in Texas and then moving over to New Mexico.
So it wasn't that hard. I feel like Texas has more rules when it's an accredited program than New Mexico. There is more paperwork in New Mexico, but it's almost the same when it comes to what they're expecting for a preschool teacher to do.
Yeah. So what is it that a preschool teacher does?
So a preschool teacher gets involved with their children as they teach them how to count, how to grow, how to share stuff. You're the foundation of their growth. Mm-hmm. You're the one that teaches a child everything when it comes to being friendly, listening, playing, and things like that.
Yeah. How vital would you say is the first few years? That is?
It's very important because children, their mind is like sponges. They pick up everything. So anything you show them, they will pick up. But it's very important also for the teacher because you learn with them. You learn how to play all over again. You learn new things from the children.
First year here.
Yes.
How do you like it? How is the institution, the atmosphere, working with some of the teachers as well as just the students in general?
So it's a little different. This is a smaller center, so everybody's closer to each other. Everybody helps each other out whenever they need anything. Even outside, everybody's very friendly. The children, you get to have a special connection with the children and their families. One thing that New Mexico does that Texas doesn't do is you have an orientation at the beginning, so you get to go to the child's home and you get to see how they live, where they come from, and you get to sit down and talk to parents, and parents are very open. They open their home to you. You get to see everything that they have as, with a child is siblings, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is so important? Is it a good experience? Is it a unique experience? What is it exactly, how you feel with that?
It's a very unique experience because you get to see where the child's coming from. You get to see how they are at home before they come to the classroom. Mm-hmm. You go into a house and children are like, look at my toy and look at this and look at that, and so they want to show you everything, so you're seeing a different side of them that you wouldn't be seeing in the classroom. You see how they interact with their parents, how well parents talk to them, how they respect them and everything.
Mm-hmm. So a typical school day, what would it be like for a child coming into your classroom? What are they to expect, the parents as well as the children inside your classroom, from the moment they are dropped off to the moment they are picked up?
So our day usually starts off with breakfast. So the parents know that even if they didn't feed their children, they will get a warm breakfast here. They also know that they'll get a warm lunch. They know that they're here to learn, and learning by playing as well. They use the computer here. They do different things that they wouldn't be able to do at home.
Yeah. What kind of tools or materials you talk about the computer, but is there anything in the classroom that you use technology-wise that the kids have?
So what we do is we use the computer. There's programs in the computer that the children can play. like ABC games, number games, anything like that. But when we are learning about a different subject, we do research on the computer. Anything like if we're learning about snow, we'll put a video about snow, seeing what makes snow. And then in our center, we'll also incorporate that and make fake snow so that the children know, since we do live in the desert, there is no snow here.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see the snow. So here's an example of that.
Exactly, and then we'll make snow. As you can tell, the children made snowmen with their families and everything, so that they can show me how they think that their snowmen can look alike. Because all the children are different and they think differently.
Yeah. How do you keep parents in the loop of what is taking place inside your classroom?
So parents are not allowed in our centers as well yet. So what I do is I do monthly newsletters. In that newsletter, I do let parents know what is happening for the whole month, any special events, and I also send a calendar with them. In that calendar, it's a monthly calendar as well, and I remind them of anything that's going on. I also do communicate with them through Class Dojo. Any important things that they need to know of, they'll be aware on the Class Dojo. So I do all three of them, the newsletter, the calendar, and Class Dojo. Parents also email me if they have any questions. I check my email in the morning and in the afternoon before I leave work. So that way, if there's any questions, they can contact me. If they have a question, they can call the center as well, and I will talk to them.
There's a lot of paperwork you have to be on top of. You got to fill out from your first day till the end of the school year. It's just nonstop. It never rests. It just seems like you're constantly behind, or you have things coming up. How do you stay up to date with just the amount of paperwork, but as well as coming up with lesson plans? And who are the people that help you on a daily basis? If it's your assistant, your director, how do you just manage everything?
So the way I try to do things is I try not to be behind on things. So lesson plans and anything like that, I try to do 2 a month. Or 2 every week. That way I have 1 week in advance. That way I don't go behind. With all the paperwork that we do get time once a week for 2 hours to work and catch up on our CQIs. Any paperwork that we need to be doing, we have 2 hours as well. Also, we don't come the first Wednesday of each month. So that day, we do use it as well to work on the things that we haven't. If there's anything that we need, Miss Jael or Miss Marcela will help us out. I do not have an assistant, so everything I have to do.
How many students do you have in this class?
I have 10 kids.
10 kids in this classroom. And what are those ages?
Some of them are still 3. Most of them are 4. Yes. Almost all of them are 4 already.
Yeah. And what is the one thing you would say has been the most gratifying as well as the most challenging?
The most gratifying has been bringing my kids from last year to my class again. So I was a teacher for the early pre-K last year. So the students I have this year are the same ones I had last year. So it was very, very nice to get them back again, and get new children as well. But just to spend more time and learn more about them and see how they have grown with me through a whole year. So now it'll be our second year together when the school year's over. So just to see them growing up has been a very nice experience for me.
Do you ever reminisce, like go back and try to remember like the moments like when they first came into your room?
Yes, I do. And sometimes the parents will even message me and be like, Miss Erika, remember they did this, and this year like he did something different, or like they'll send me pictures of like when they started last year and then like now this year. So it's like you see the big difference, you know, like you said, the haircut, and like now that I see them like reading a little bit, you know, it's like it feels good to know that you were a part of that.
Yeah. So what is the one thing that your students look forward to inside your classroom?
Every morning they after breakfast we get Cookie, which is our dwarf hamster, out, and we put him in his little wheel, and while the children are at their center, they will sit down and the hamster will just be going around them. They don't kick him, they don't do anything, they respect his space, and they will actually tell another child, Cookie's loose, Cookie's out. Keep an eye on him, don't kick. So they know where he's at all times. And when they don't hear the little ball rolling, they'll start like a little search between all of them, and I think it is so cute, and I can just sit and listen. Have you seen Cookie? Have you seen Cookie? Let's start looking for Cookie. So they'll start doing it on their own without me saying, where's Cookie, you know? And I think that is very nice that they have that communication without me telling them, oh, let's start, you know, looking for Cookie or anything like that.
They're getting a sense of responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
And then they'll even say, in the mornings, we sometimes save apples because he eats apples, and they'll get some and they'll be like, these are for Cookie, don't throw them away. And so we'll give it to him in the morning. So this time that we haven't been at school, I think he's missing his apples, because in the morning when I came, he was like just looking like, where are my apples? Where are my children?
Awesome. So with that, we'll end on Cookie. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. I really appreciate this, and I wish you the best luck moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There you go. See?
Yay!
That's simple.